day, students, graduates, and stakeholders. I am Mr. Raymond Mkwanazi, Senior Manager for Graduate and Student Placement at the University of Mpumalanga. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for participating in the UMP 2020 Career Expo. As it is our culture to live our values at UMP, we adapt to the current global state of things and proud to present our first virtual Career Expo. We are so much proud that amid the pandemic, we are still able to bring you the Career Expo. The purpose of the Career Expo is to afford our students and unemployed graduates an opportunity to interact with their potential employers for assistance on their career path. I would like to bring to you the following potential employers who will participate in this year's Career Expo. We have Rainbow Chicken Limited. We have also Perishable Product Export Board, Hydro Training College, Department of Rural Development and Land Reforms, Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Board, and Overseas Visitors Club, which offered two presentations, one for a graduate with qualification in agriculture, and the other presentation is for graduate with qualification in hospitality management. Good day.
My name is Rose Matsipe. Manager Human Resource Development at Department of Correctional Services for Barberton Management Area, which is at Ehlanzeni District. I'm responsible for skills and development of employees at Department of Correctional Services. I'm also responsible for the management of learnerships, internships, bursaries, and experiential learners. Okay, at Correctional Services, we've got a whole lot of opportunities that are there. We've got, if I can separate them, we've got fields in such as social work, we've got healthcare workers, we've got spiritual workers. All of these that I'm mentioning now, they fall under development and care. We've got educationists and skills practitioners. We've got farmers, caterers and nutritionists. We've got criminologists. We've got plumbers, bricklayers, electricians, tanners, motor mechanics, panel beaters, and spray painters. And then we also have careers under administration, which is your information technology and communications. We've got legal services, we've got human resource management, we've got supply chain management, finance, research directorate, public service management, policy development. We've also got what we call EAPs, your employee assistant programs, where there's a field for sports and recreation, employee assistance practitioners, HIV, occupational health and safety, which we will find all of this under correctional services. So it's a variety of fields that are there where learners can apply in any of the fields that I have mentioned.
What is the process of applying? So do you advertise or what is the process? How do you do it?
Okay, for the posts where one is specializing, those are your social workers, your doctors, your pharmacists, your finance managers, all those posts that are of specialty. We advertise on our website. You will also find the adverts on the newspapers. We normally use Sunday Times and City Press to advertise, and then you apply through the Z83 process. And then for learnerships, we also advertise through the same channels, but then with learnerships, the minimum requirement that is needed is your matric. You must have matric. You must be a South African citizen between the ages of 18 to 35. And then it's very important that the learners should not have a criminal record. Then we can apply for our learnership.
And are you able to tell us more about the learnership learnerships? What is it that you require in terms of academics and other requirements?
With learnerships, the minimum requirement is metric. You must have passed your metric, and then you complete the application form that will be provided. The application form that we normally use, because there are a lot of scams these days. So with the application form, the learners should make sure that on the application form, the logo of DCS is there, and there must be a watermark that's written "not for sale." Then that will be the correct form to use. In terms of academic, it's your minimum requirement, which is your metric. And then if you've got any other qualification, you also attach that. That will assist you in terms of, in the event you have applied and you've been accepted, you go through the 12 months program. And then after completing the 12 months program, we also do a skills audit to check from the learners that we have accepted, how many have got any other qualifications, so that if there are vacancies that are available and if there is space where we need to place them according to what they are qualified for, then we can allocate them accordingly. When I say we retain them, specifically I'm referring to learnership, ne? Because with the learnership, after the 12 months learnership program, we evaluate them, we check their performance, we check how they've been conducting themselves during the 12 months. And we also, they also do a portfolio of evidence where they need to be found competent on some of the learning areas that are there on the learnership program. And then with the learnership, once they are found competent, we hire them permanent. So when I was referring to retaining, when we place them according to their qualifications, it does not necessarily mean that they will be permanent under DCS, but it doesn't mean maybe from the learnership you'll be a manager or maybe a supervisor or something, but we give you an opportunity to go and work in an area where you qualified for. For example, if maybe we hired you under learnership, but you've got a diploma maybe in agriculture, then we give you an opportunity to go and work at the farm, maybe for animal production or something like that. Then you're there on a permanent basis and you're practicing what you've been what you qualified to do. Our application forms, there will be an address that is specified to say this is where you need to drop your application. We don't do email or fax applications. We do not accept those. They must be dropped off at the address that will be provided on the application form. We also do offer bursaries for external applicants, which is any other South African citizen that would like to further their studies, even if maybe they are already at the university or colleges and they're not yet done. We also offer bursaries to complete their studies. They should visit our website, which is www.dcs.gov.za. They will get a form, which is Annexure G, that is for external applicants. Then they can put in their bursary applications there. They will also see the advert that will indicate which bursaries are available for this financial year.
Good afternoon. Yes, this is Robin. I'm the franchise owner for the OVC and Mpumalanga branch. And our company specializes in internships for the United States, specifically in agriculture, and a lot of other gap year programs. I was a gap year applicant myself after school, so I know what it's like to live and work abroad, which is really great. Our company has been around since the 1950s, so we are very old in the game in terms of work and travel for overseas opportunities. So yes, we're ready to help any new adventurer who's ready to take on that challenge. We have two different specifically internship programs, which are quite nice for the university students. Our agriculture program is actually a 12-month placement for the USA, and it is for them to go and learn. So the minute they're out of school, they've done all their theory and all their background of their qualification. It's now time to turn that into practice. And so our internship programs for the US are very much geared at young applicants who might not have as much experience, who are now going in very new to their field, or those who've got quite an extensive background and a qualification as well. So yeah, if you are a recent graduate or a recent graduate with at least a year's experience, you would be eligible for our 12-month internship program.
Okay.
It's a very straightforward process to us, and obviously we know the ropes very well. And so for the applicants, I think it's quite reassuring that if they are going to come to us, number one, we're going to lead them all the way through from the application to the placement, then getting a visa, then a flight, and then obviously traveling over to their new host company. Once they're on the other side and in their placement at a particular farm, we do have sponsors and partners in the US that are also going to look after them as well. So there's a lot of support from South Africa as well as the US side for the whole journey. They will have to pay fees to partake in the internship program. There are fees for applications, visas, flights, some spending money, but all good and well, that money is going to go far in terms of once they're on their internship, they will be able to make their money back and also save a little bit for when they come home. In terms of the program and how it works, it's a simple case of a resume, as well as transcripts, as well as their qualification. And then if they have work experience, then that's really great. They can add those in, but just a pure qualification in agriculture and a transcript will be all they need to get the process started. Cost of the program, the application is very simple. It's 3,700 Rand. Once they have been placed with a host company, they will pay the program fee, which includes the visa paperwork, it includes the insurance, the placement, as well as in-country support for the year from our sponsors that side, which includes cultural activities and a variety of other things. And that is $995 US. Then the visa and flights are next. So the US visa is $160 with $220 for the US visa fees. And then they can choose to go on a one-way flight or a return flight, depending on how long they want to stay, whether it's 12 or 13-month program. Altogether, you are looking at about 30 or 40,000 Rand, depending on the location of the placement. And then we do recommend that they take at least $1,000 US spending money. So based on a placement, whether it be the East Coast, the West Coast, Central, whether they fly on a one-way ticket, a return ticket, I would say each student should budget approximately 40,000 Rand minimum, with about a 50,000 Rand minimum, maximum price as well for their internship. So how a placement works on the J1 program is that the host company, i.e. the farmer, the agri-farmer, will provide the students with housing. So they will live on the farm. So normally all meals are included, as well as accommodation. So they have free accommodation, a stipend that they earn each month. Sometimes they'll earn an hourly rate, or sometimes they get a set rate for the month. If it's an hourly rate, it can range from anywhere from about $8 or $9 up to as much as $15, $16 per hour. If it's a set amount per month, it would be approximately $1,000 to $1,500 per month. If you were to factor in the fact that they've got accommodation, their meals, they're living quite remotely, so you're not going to be in a big city where you can go out and about all the time. So you're going to be in a remote location where getting around to spend money, so to speak, is not going to be that often. So you can save quite a lot. Also, you'll probably work quite a lot of hours. So we normally budget, say to a person, you can budget to save anywhere from $500 to $1,000 US per month. Which is quite a nice lot of pocket money. So if they're earning in total of anywhere ranging from around $1,000 to $2,000 in a month, they're going to save quite a lot of that money each month. And that's why when you look at the experience at the end of it, they will be able to save their costs and more when they come home. If somebody does have an emergency, like a death in the family, they will be able to come back if the employer is happy with them to take a break and they would like to come back. Some people, I mean, obviously we've been in this business for a long time. These things have happened in the past. It depends on the applicants if they want to come back for that emergency or not. So if they do, then yes, it is possible. They can come home. They would just discuss with the farmer time off. Normally, obviously, with the states, if you're not working, you're not going to get paid. So it is important for them to note that it would be an unpaid period of coming home. And then in terms of support on programs, so let's say if there was an emergency that side, they do have the travel insurance included. So if there's a medical emergency or anything that is in place, if there's an emergency back home, they would normally have to cover their own flight home. And I think that's often where the student sits on the fence of, do they come home for the event and the tragedy that's happened or not? With the, like sometimes if it's a mom or a dad and it's immediate family members, sometimes travel insurance will cover that journey home, just depends on the circumstance. But also going back to your original question, the nice thing about this program is that it is a step-by-step process. So an applicant will make an application, but they will only pay the application fee after we've sent their documents to the US for a pre-screening process. So first we get together all their resume and documents and send it to our partners, who will then determine whether they can actually place them in a position and on a farm. If they say that they can, we will accept their application fee and move forward with setting up interviews. Our applicants do get to speak to their host companies directly on Zoom or Skype or whatever online platform to get to know them and understand the ins and outs of the position. That's got nothing to do with me. I mean, it's going to be their placement and they must be happy with where they're going to go, ask all their questions, understand all the inclusions. And then we will receive the offer letter with a very extensive training plan, which actually outlines what they will be learning on their internship. So on a training plan, it consists of 4 phases, which is an orientation in the beginning, and then 2 to 3 month segments of their year where they will work in different departments, or not departments, but different parts of the farm, and learn as much as possible. So that information will be provided to them before the interview. So if they like that host company, they will ask to be put forward for that host company. They cannot get a US visa if their employment doesn't check out. They will not get an air ticket if their visa is not approved. So it's not just a pay everything and hope for the best. It is, as I say, a very outlined step-by-step slow process, you know, and very accurate process. So we don't have any loopholes or unsureties everywhere. So if you'd like to contact us and make an application, the next steps would be to get the application link from the university. We are going to share a very short questionnaire, which will allow us to receive your contact details. It'll share with us information about when you've graduated, any work experience, and your various contact details. And then a member of our team from Mpumalanga will reach out to you. So you can first of all either click on that link and complete the application process that way. You could also go on to ovc.co.za, click on the Contact Us button, where you will see the OVC and Mpumalanga branch listed, along with any one of our other countrywide branches as well. You would simply give us a call, drop an email. Alternatively, you can send a WhatsApp. We also have a Facebook group where you can go and make an inquiry there as well. So there's quite a few different platforms that you can reach out to us on. It's very common. We have a lot of applicants who do WhatsApp us. So the number on the website is a WhatsApp number. It will come through to Wendy, who will be available to answer any questions, or to myself, and we can definitely help you with the next steps of getting started. What's important to note and to remember is that a lot of young people that inquire with us are sometimes disheartened by the fees that they are going to have to pay. So please just be aware that these programs are available all the time. So whether it's the first month out or a year or two later, they can still make an application. So there are options for the recent graduates, but if you do need to go off and get some local experience, save up some money, and you want to come to us after a year or two, that's absolutely fine. So we can help applicants who are recent graduates, i.e. they are within 12 months of their graduation. We can also help applicants with a qualification and at least a year's experience. Or we can also help people on these very same programs who have 5 years work experience with or without a qualification in agriculture. So anybody at any stage, as long as they meet the criteria, that is 19 to 35, with that qualification and experience, we are happy to help them.
Portia Nomkosi Ngambule, and I work for the PPECB, which is Perishable Products Export Control Board. I joined the company about 12 years ago, that is in 2008, where I came in through the ATP program, where most of the employees of PPECB come through that program. So basically, yes, I joined quite a while ago. So I'm currently an acting chief inspector for the Nelspruit area, which covers just the whole of Nelspruit, excluding Malelane and Hoedspruit, which is also under our Nelspruit region. Graduates have the opportunity to go through the ATP program, but not only limited to that. The ATP program is mainly focused on the operational area, but we do have other departments like the cold chain operations. Operations is where we take the AETPs. So we also have the food safety services and the laboratory and analytical services. So those are also other job opportunities or opportunities where students from other faculties can have an opportunity to join the company through the other departments. Yes, we do have internship programs. So the AETP program is actually the internship program. Yeah, the entry level for the internship program, it's actually a diploma in either plant production or in food science, because other colleagues do have food science, then others actually have plant production or agriculture management. But the entry level is a diploma in agriculture or food science or plant production. Do have the program open for this year, 2020. So there will be an opportunity where students will have to actually apply for the ATP program, even though we are in the battle of the COVID-19. But unfortunately, because it's an agricultural sector, which is also an essential sector, so yes, we were actually essential services. So we are still going to take graduates.
And then
it's closing on the 1st of November. So the window period is just for a month. As Portia already mentioned, we have an ATP program. What they can do when they want to apply, they can go to our website. When they go to our website, which is PPCB, they're going to go for ATP program. That's where they're going to apply, and they can also contact their head office, which is 021 930 1134, and the person that they need to be in contact with is Pamela, and her email address is pamelap@ppcb.com. So that's where they can apply. But sometimes I prefer that they can also come directly into our offices, like in Nelspruit, or if the others are in Hoedspruit, just to get more information. They can just go there and say, this is us, what can we do? We're also there to assist. They can just come, and then there's always a room, an open room, so we can just assist, yes, if there's one.
Company, we also have cold chain. She already mentioned it. In cold chain, you don't need a diploma. You if you're having a matric, it's still okay. Yeah, and you can apply in that area where you have a matric. You can still apply. And
I'm Elken Makweyane. I'm an HRBP in RCL Sugar. The HRBP in agriculture is responsible only for the agricultural space. There are three of us in terms of the sugar, RCL Sugar. So I'm responsible for HR, in fact, in short. In terms of graduates, we normally take, every year we take people for in-service training, and most of them, or the bulk of them, are coming from UMP. It's a process that was started in 1998. So what we normally do is a 12-month internship. Once they are done with their training, we normally identify high flyers if there are opportunities, and we retain them as section leader in training for further development. We focus on those students. Remember, you will have 6 per farm. Normally we take around 30 to 32 in the sugar space. And they will be monitored because twice per year they will be expected to present whatever they have learned during the past period and indicate also what would be their focus area for the next period. There is always a possibility, if I may mention, currently we managed to appoint 2 production managers. These are senior managers, and they all came from UMP. And there's currently around 20 section leaders, and we have also around 15 farm managers, and those are, the majority of them are coming from UMP. In the olden days, we used to get a list of students we never selected, but what we normally do now, we advertise in September. Like now, by next week, there will be an advert that will be going out, and it will be also available on our RCL Foods website. And we normally send a copy of that to UMP. I think in the past, DAC was involved with our Learning and Development Department. And it's basically, we test the theory in terms of what they have learned, and if they performed well in terms of the interview, then they will be appointed. But that's based on the number that we appoint, because currently it's around 30, as I indicated. It's 6 per department, because we are sitting with JV companies, joint venture companies. We are definitely looking for those that are doing well academically. And the second part, it should be people that have to do their 3rd year as part of their studies in order to complete their diplomas. However, we also have people that are currently doing BSc, majoring in extension at UMP. We also take those people in, but we interview them if they are good in terms of the theory that they've already done, and management will then appoint them for a fixed term for 12 months to get the practical exposure. There is an advert, that's one thing. Then we have got Christabel Hlachwa, she's our contact person in terms of UMP. DAC have been communicating with her in the past. I'm not sure who's the current person that is representing UMP in that space. I think the critical part is it must be people that are prepared to be given instruction and prepared also to work hard in order to complete their studies, because in terms of our process, you don't submit an assignment to UMP without it going through your farm manager, because these are people that are working most as your coaches and some as mentors. So that's what we normally do.
And
now it is paid. Currently, we're paying them a stipend of 3,975 per student. It's a monthly stipend, it's fixed for 12 months. Internship is also for 12 months.
I'm Hebron Khalani, working for Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Land and Environmental Affairs, known as DARDLIA. I'm in a unit called Human Resource Development. Human Resource Development deals with developmental programs like training and capacity building for officials. And then we've got internships, we've got learnerships, we've got work integrated learning for external clients. And we also do what we call career exhibitions to high school students who are at universities doing agricultural related programs. And for newly graduates, we've got a program called a graduate program in the department. And then it covers almost everyone who has done an agricultural related course. And it's a 2-year program like the internships. And then we advertise like we need students who have done crop, who have done plant production and the likes. We also have internships in the department. It's more or less the same as the graduate program, but then that one is more limited to what you call scarce and critical skills in the department, like the veterinarians, biotechnologists, agric engineers, and the like. We look at the needs of the department. We don't just advertise. We consult with the heads of directorates as to what is it that they need. Like, for instance, we've got an engineering unit. They've got a need for some engineers. Veterinary science, they've got. So we consult all the heads of directorates before we issue out an advert. So we basically look at the needs of the department and then we advertise. Yes, we normally use the website of the department, website of the Mpumalanga provincial government, and also local papers like Mpumalanga News and the local.
I am the Internship and Postgraduate Student Manager at Highgrade Training College. I am the head of the department that's responsible for dealing with the Agri-SETA, the FET colleges and the universities on behalf of our clients with regards to the application, the selection, and also the placement of the internship and postgraduate students. We have clients around South Africa that contract us to do the application for funding at the Agri-SETA. So that's the first process that we do, is to apply for funding at the Agri-SETA. Once we receive the funding, we are continue with the process of selecting the students to be placed on the certain farms, which fall within the category of their qualifications. Okay, what we do is we host interviews, personal interviews with the students so that we can get to know them personally. And we also then identify the criteria of placement, for example, in which field they are interested in, to be able to make the correct decision on which farm to place them. We also try to accommodate them by placing them close to their hometowns, as well as the university or FET college where they study. What they can do is they can go on our website, that will be easiest. Then they will find all the documents that we require from them to submit, as well as the application document. In a nutshell, what we need is from the internship students, we require the latest academic record stating that the student completed his or her theoretical training and now requires the practical training, as well as recently certified ID document and CV. For the postgraduate students, we require the same, except we don't require the academic record but the completed qualification. You can go to www.highgrow.co.za. Then you will find on the top you will find the two sections. The one is for integrated learning, that's for the internships. The other one will state that it's for the postgraduate students. The whole process is explained on that tabs, so it's easy for the students to get the documents and to upload them. They will also see that the correct email address to which they can email the application is also stated there, but it's applications@highgrow.co.za. All our students get paid on a monthly basis according to the figure that we get approval from the AgriSETA. So that is why it's important for us to work with our clients because they are the ones that pays the yearly STL to SARS, and from which the percentage is going to our SETAs. And then applying on the client's STL numbers, they get approved for a certain amount decided by the SETA, for which we allocate to the students on a monthly basis. At the end of the day, the decision is based on whether or not the company do have positions open, but we have numerous successful stories of students that are currently in management positions due to the opportunities and exposures that they received at the companies. But the students can be satisfied with our services, as I can mention that we yearly place about 100 internship and 100 postgraduate students, which makes our program very successful. And we also have a good relationship with the university currently and all the role players. So we kindly just ask the students to apply so that we can get the process running of placing them.
We've come to the end of the UMP 2020 Virtual Career Expo. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the companies and departments that participated in the UMP 2020 Virtual Career Expo. I want to assure you that our students and graduates have benefited from the information we have given. Thank you once again.